Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. He's put his cards on the table. Rafał Trzaskowski, the presidential candidate of the Civic Coalition, has presented his security and defence team. One member is the former head of military counterintelligence, Piotr Pytel. He has been accused by the state prosecutor of negligence in fulfilling his duties as an officer of the military counterintelligence service while delegated to NATO's Centre of Expert Counterintelligence, as well as having had contact with representatives of Russian Federal Security Service. There are only 12 days to go before the presidential elections in Poland.
In recent days, the presidential campaign has focused on the ideological quarrel between the candidates. Many controversies were stirred by the words of President Duda about LGBT+ being an ideology and not people. Then an MP of the ruling Law and Justice Party, Przemysław Czarnek, said that people from the LGBT+ protests are not equal to normal people. And today, Rafał Trzaskowski presented his team of defense and security advisors. In the team, there is the former Chief of General Command and current ambassador to Turkey, General Mieczysław Cieniuch, and the former Chief of the Military Counterintelligence Service, Piotr Pytel. Trzaskowski has already announced that if he wins the elections, he will personally ask the same to bring Antoni Macierewicz before the state tribunal.
Zapowiadam.
I promise you that if the citizens put their trust in me and I become the president of Poland, then I will file a motion to the Sejm to bring Antoni Macierewicz before the state tribunal. Antoni Macierewicz responded to his words by saying, as the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, he was co-responsible for damaging the security of the country. All you have to do is look at who are the advisors in his team, who is standing behind him. There is, for instance, Piotr Pytel, who was an officer of the Counterintelligence Service, and later, as its chief, during the rule of the Civic Platform Party, cooperated with the Russian security services. He is currently charged with that by the prosecutor. Meanwhile, a presidential debate is planned to be aired tomorrow on the public television service TVP. Trzaskowski's chief of staff, Cezary Tomczyk, said that he hopes the current president of Warsaw will be able to participate, since for now the terms and rules of the debate are unknown to his team.
President Trzaskowski jest gotowy.
President Trzaskowski is ready to participate in the debate, although his staff needs to know the rules first. As of now, we only know that the hosts will be able to interrupt the candidates. Even during the Polish People's Republic, in the debate between Wałęsa and Miodowicz, there was no such thing. In the opinion of columnist Jacek Prusinowski, Andrzej Duda's team thinks they can win based on this ideological quarrel, the same way the Law and Justice Party won in the EU parliamentary elections in 2019. Words like those spoken by MP Czarnek do not help, especially when you hear them somewhat out of context. To take away someone's dignity or rights is probably one step too far for the Law and Justice Party supporters. Nonetheless, I think the winner will be the one who behaves rationally in all this. The latest survey by Polster shows that Andrzej Duda would win in the second round of the elections, but with a very small advantage of 0.8 percentage point.
Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki announced today that the government is to implement a new large-scale road construction project included in the so-called Duda Plan. The construction of the S6 route, located along the coast, is to be completed as part of this plan.
Szkoda, że są w Polsce politycy.
It's a shame that there are politicians in Poland, especially Civic Platform politicians, including Rafał Trzaskowski, vice president of this party, who do not understand the importance of an investment. They cannot understand that we have investment to defend our workplaces. Duda's plan is the defense of workplaces and the creation of new ones. These are large investments for every region in Poland. There are many of them, including environment, energy, internet, and road investments. It is simple maths. When it comes to the construction of new local roads, we have to compare Mr. Budka and Mr. Trzaskowski's party's investment to ours. Local governors know it better than I do. There were 8 times fewer roads than we have now between 2008 and 2015. Last year, we allocated 10 times more money than they did during their term of office. Our investment plans are the best way to deal with the crisis after the coronavirus epidemic.
7-8-krotnie mniej.
According to the latest data from the Ministry of Health, there are 260 new coronavirus infections and 60 new deaths in the Silesian voivodeship. According to Janusz Jasiński, Deputy Minister of Health, the large number of confirmed cases of coronavirus infection in the country, especially in Silesia, is the result of the large-scale testing for the presence of the virus that is being conducted in this region because of the new outbreaks that have occurred there recently. Jasiński also said that the epidemiological situation in Poland will improve by the end of this week.
There are 407 new coronavirus infections in Poland, including 216 in the Silesian voivodeship. This is a result of the tests for the presence of the virus that we have been conducting on coal miners and the members of their families for a few weeks now. We might be receiving their test results by the end of this week. This means that the number of new confirmed cases of coronavirus and the total number of infections in Poland should start decreasing systematically. When it comes to the other regions, we don't have any worrying information. There's no place where the Ministry of Health or the Sanitary Inspectorate should take more intensive actions. In accordance with the bill, the Minister of Health has issued a regulation on the standards of security for people from the Electoral Commission, who will have to be in the polling stations all the time. These people will have to wear face masks and gloves. The polling stations will be equipped with hand sanitizers as well. As we know, the regulation clearly states that we should disinfect not only our hands, but also table surfaces and so on once an hour, but not more than 6 times a day. We've passed this information on to the local governments. I would also like to inform you that the portal of the Ministry of Health, where anyone can buy hand sanitizers, among other things, has been launched.
Today, Heiko Maas, the German Minister of Foreign Affairs, visited Warsaw. Maas is the first politician of this rank who has visited Poland since the outbreak of the coronavirus epidemic.
It is the first visit of a Minister of Foreign Affairs of another country to Warsaw, Poland, since the beginning of the pandemic. The visit was a chance for the representatives of both nations to once again go over their relations and matters of foreign policy. Minister Czaputowicz stressed that the visit is the most important since Germany will be taking over the presidency of the EU in July, in the very challenging times for the Union due to the slowly declining coronavirus pandemic and the inevitable economic crisis.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.